Hey, so you want to buy a Sony ZV1 camera in 2022 and you want to know how this camera is going to be, so you're clicking this video, obviously. So we're going to talk about the Sony ZV1. This little camera, this thing, like, ridiculously is very small. Like, look at this camera. This is so small. If you compare an iPhone 12, like, it's not even as big as that, and the profile is kind of like that. So this little point and shoot camera does 4K 24 frames per second, and for the price of $749 USD, this is a pretty good camera. If you can buy, if you want to do something like this is my main shooter. This camera right here is a Sony ZV-E10, so it's a successor to this camera, but this is an amazing camera. So let's talk about who this camera is for. Now, one of the things that I wanted to mention real quick is that this camera is I think this camera is more, not I think, but I think this camera is more for a vlogger or someone who wants to make vlogging videos like this where it's near your face. You can have a flip camera and a flip screen, and that's how it's gonna look when it's recording you. So look at that. That's pretty crazy that I'm recording this, is recording this, and this is recording that. How mind-bending is that? But yeah, look at this camera. This is a small portable camera that you can just like put it in your pocket and you can just take out and you just shoot wherever you go. So this is a little camera that does a lot of things, and it does a lot of things right. Now, one of the little things that you gotta address with this camera is doesn't have an interchangeable lens. So if you see right there, it does not have any kind of lens that I can take out. This is a point and shoot camera, so you get what you pay for. And with this, I don't know how I feel good about having a point and shoot camera at $750 plus taxes, which is, I feel like it's way more expensive. And you can get cameras like this camera right here that I'm using, that that we're talking right now. This camera is a ZV-E10, and this is $49 more than this camera, and it has interchangeable lens. Or you can have the camera that's behind me. That's a Canon M50 Mark II. By the way, if you want to hear more about those reviews, get subscribed. I'm gonna do videos on both the cameras. But yeah, for $750, I feel like this camera needed to have that interchangeable lens. But with that being said, if you just want a camera that just on the go, you just want to vlog, or you want to vlog your run, or you just want to make videos like Casey or Peter McKinnon or anything like that, then for vlogging, I think this is a great little camera, especially if you're a beginner or you don't know much about cameras. You just want to buy a camera, just put it on auto and just record. This is gonna be way better than a smartphone video. So if you buy something like an iPhone 12 Pro or 12 Pro Max or 13 or any of the pretty much new cameras, new iPhones after iPhone 11 or 10 you're gonna get a lot of better quality in these phones, but it's never going to replace a camera like this that I'm talking to you on, and a camera like this. Even a camera like this, it's gonna have a way better video. I'm gonna put up some videos right here. It's gonna have a way better video quality, and I think a dedicated camera is way better than having something that has 3 cameras on it and it's supposed to be a multi-purpose device. So with that getting out of the way, I think this camera is mostly for vloggers. For someone like me, or someone, if you want to make cinematic shots, you want to take pictures, and you want to take videos of animals, plant life, you want to take pictures and videos of nature, or you just want to shoot some really cool B-rolls, I think you can do with this, but you're not going to get that macro style lens that you get here. But still, for $750, this is probably the best camera that you can buy if you want to be a vlogger. And if you just want to shoot it without having to tinker with the shutter speed, ISO, without having to customize anything. This, literally out of the box, is one of the best, if not the best, point and shoot camera that you can buy, even in 2022. Again, what are the cons of this camera? And to be honest, there aren't really any disadvantages to having this camera other than the interchangeable lens, which I've already addressed. I know there's not a lot of small cameras like this that are this big that do this much stuff, and this can record 4K at 24 frames per second. You do want to have a UHS 1 or UHS 2 card if you want to go 4K, or if you want to go to 4K 24 frames and 100 megabyte data size on this little thing. So you're gonna need something like that, but you also need those special advanced cards on cameras like this. So you just need those kind of SD cards, because these things are just crazy. But there aren't really any cons for this thing. The only thing for me, for my personal use, if this had interchangeable lens, I would definitely buy this. Or I would have, maybe for $100 less, let's say $650 with an interchangeable lens, I think I would have gone with this option, because the build quality, it's just so solid. Like, look at that. Like, this is so good. I don't know if there's any cons to it. I don't see any cons to this camera. This is a great little camera. With that being said, I am gonna switch to this camera and we're gonna see how this camera looks. Obviously, you know how this camera looks, the ZV-E10, but we're also gonna switch to this camera so you guys see what this records like, and tell me down in the comments if you do find any difference in between the video style or quality in this thing or that thing. I'm gonna switch. This is recording at 4K 24 frames, so I'm gonna switch to the same thing here. So hopefully there's not a lot of quality drop. But again, keep in mind that this camera came literally 2 years. The ZV-E10 came 2 years later, this camera. And yeah, let's just see. So, quickly, future Asian XP here. The soft skin on this thing was not turned off. I don't know how, but I recorded the whole video without soft skin, with soft skin on medium. So this is how it looks. This is how it looks without soft skin at all. And this is what I prefer, and it may be something different than what you prefer. But I think the soft skin, you're better off just turning that thing off. But yeah, this is how it looks. Look at that. I don't know why the zoom is doing such a slow zoom. This is so anticlimactic. The zoom is so what? This is the first time I've used this zoom. Oh my god, this is such an anticlimactic thing. Like, dun dun dun. But anyways, this is how the soft skin off looks. I just wanted to say that real quick because I don't want to mislead you guys, and yeah, this is how the camera looks without the soft skin. I hope you like my pretty face, but yeah, let me know how this looks. I think this one is what I like the most, but let me know what you guys look. Also, yeah, check this video out. Yeah. So this is Shoosh. Okay, so this is the Sony ZV1. This is the quality of the camera that you're seeing right now. This is on 4K 24 frames per second, same kind of data size, 100 megabits. So this is recording exactly. Nothing is, the only thing that I've tweaked here is face filter, and that's gonna be, I took off the face filter on that thing, and you should take off the filter on this thing too, because if you notice, all the imperfections on my skin, they'll just erase everything, and it's gonna make you look like an anime character. So just take off, trust me, take off the face filter thing. That's crazy. The soft skin thing is just too, it's something else. Sony, fix the damn thing. But as you can see, this camera is pretty good, and it tracks me pretty good. when I go from here to here, it's doing a pretty good job, and it has a wide focal length, so it's doing a pretty good job on tracking my face. Now, I'm not gonna go over the whole thing. I'm not gonna go into the specs, because most likely if you're looking at these cameras and you just want to have a look at how they look, then, no pun intended, but then you want to see how they actually look instead of me just throwing numbers at you and saying this camera is better than that camera when it compares to this like ISO or this shutter speed or this is the focal length that you can go to. I don't want to get into that. There's a lot of videos and there's a lot of creators who've done that already. What I want to do is this heart-to-heart connection of what I see on the camera screen versus what I see in post. I'm going to tell you guys exactly what I think about these cameras. So without any numbers, I'm going to tell you what I think. So if you look at that, it does a pretty good job of product showcasing, like how I did with the ZV1. This thing has the same feature, the same product display thing. So if you look at this, if I put my face, hopefully I can't see this, but when I put this thing right here, you guys can see that it's doing a pretty good job focusing at this and not my face. So hopefully, if there's any dirt on my camera, just forgive me. But yeah, this is a great little camera. Very, very light. I have never used anything this light. This is just... Hold on, give me a second. Alright, let me show you what kind of cameras that I have. This is a Nikon D3300. Most of my videos that you have seen on my channel, this is what I shoot with. And look at the lens, look at the camera, look at the body, and this is a pretty hefty camera. 1. 2. This is the Canon M50. Oh my god, that's kind of hard to open. This is the Canon M50 Mark II. So you can see this camera got some bulk to it. It's not as big as the Nikon camera. Like, look at that. That's just insane. But this is a pretty heavy camera too. And this is the main camera that I shoot all this video that you're watching in the beginning and probably at the end. This is gonna be shot with this. And the audio is, I could put the audio from the devices by themselves, but I have another audio channel and I sync those audios in post. But this is the camera that I use. It looks great, I know, thank you very much. Look at that, alright? This is the Sony ZV1. This is the successor to that thing that you're watching right now. And look how big this looks. And look how big this camera is. Like, my god, look at that. Sometimes little matters. But yeah, this camera is extremely light, and this can do 4K 24 frames per second. It just, I can't. This is such a small camera that you're looking at right now, and I love this camera. We're gonna look at some of the footage from this camera that I shot when I was out with this camera.